सी आवाज आज के दिन AFT में doesn't sound like AFT. Come on. How are we doing? Good? Yes. Now it sounds like AFT. Okay, so I have a question for all of you. Has it ever happened to you that you come to a moment when you've stopped and asked yourself, what am I doing with my life? For most of us, this moment comes when we are lying on the bed, it is 3 a.m., we're staring at the ceiling. But for me, this moment came when I was at a wedding. I've reached out for a plate of desserts. And then suddenly this Uncle Ji comes balancing his plate full of gulab jamun and rabdi and jalebi and ice cream. And at that one moment, he decides to ask me a very pertinent question and also give a piece of advice. Says, Beta, you do storytelling and you do poetry and you do writing. Why? You have a stable government career. You have family. ये सब वक्त बर्बाद करने की चीजें हैं, सब छोड़ दो. No money, no promotion, only distractions. Leave it. I am appalled. I'm appalled looking at him, and in my head, I think, Uncle Ji, you have changed more life partners than the times I have changed my notebook. You may be very rich and wealthy, but you have zero human sensitivity. And distractions, the plate full of ice cream and jalebi and pakoras are not a distraction, but me trying to balance poetry and storytelling with my work is a distraction. Wow. But I stay calm. I just smile, I nod, and I move away to grab another ladle of kheer. You know, I was very tender then. It was an impressionable age, an age where I could have given up. But I'm so proud of myself that I didn't do that. I had the courage to stand my ground and had the courage to dream, to dare, to do all of the things that I ever wanted to. Because maybe, just maybe, dreaming is a little better than giving unsolicited advices, right? Maybe, just maybe, dreaming is a little better than a plate full of sugar and regret. Hai na? So this is my story. My name is Kena, and I'm just a random girl who has believed in the power of and, not or. Why settle for something, one thing in your life, when actually life gives us so many beautiful opportunities and goals and targets and dreams? And I'm that girl. And by the way, I incidentally have one life. I don't know about you all. Now, when I went around telling the world, I want to work and write at the same time. I want to create and lead at the same time. I want to dream and deliver. I want to be a researcher and a wife. I want to be a performer as well as the mother of my kids. I want to be a poet and a professional all at the same time. They laughed. They laughed at me. Beta, how are you so confused? Have you completely lost it? Maybe I had lost it. Maybe in order to do the things that I wanted to do, I had to lose a few things. Like I missed family gatherings, weddings, parties, vacations, and the neighbor's cat naming ceremony. My bad. But to be able to do what you want to do, you need to have some trade-offs. And this was a question to trade off for my dreams. And I had plenty of dreams. Not one, not two, never singular, always plural. And I didn't quite understand why the world was hell-bent in making me understand that I must pick one dream out of the long bucket list that I have. So I decided to write my own story. I decided to write my story of grace. I decided to go to a place which doesn't have narrow space. I decided to build a bridge and not draw a line. I decided to come to a place where poetry and professionalism both intertwined. I decided to make a journey which was not meant with either or, but it was meant for everything. A place where there were whispers and echoes and some things in between. A place where love was not traded, a place where love was not denied, a place where me and my world and everyone here did abide. I wanted to be there. And somewhere in the dance of dreams and decisions, I did find my rhythm. So when I stand here and look back at the journey that I have traversed, I haven't fared all that bad. I mean, I may not have achieved that much. It may not be great. It may not be mentionable. But I'm glad that I stood my ground and did all what I had to do. I believed in the power of ands in my life. So from where I see, I pat my back. For the tender girl that I once was to the woman that I am today, I have lived my life, my dreams in my own way. So I have a 20-year-old corporate career as a senior HR professional in India's leading conglomerate in power where less than 1% of India's youth make it. And I'm a writer. So I write articles, short stories, write-ups for magazines, newspapers, anthologies, and I'm a performer. I do storytelling and poetry in Hindi, English, and Urdu, and I'm a moderator and speaker at various literature festivals, and I have had the opportunity to converse with the people I've admired growing up. And I've been a researcher. So I'm doing PhD in gender studies, which is very, very close to my heart. And I've run an NGO for aged destitutes. And I have built a community of artists and poets who support each other like anything. And I've been a good wife and a very good mother. And I hope to add more ands and ands in my life because trust me, this one life is too short to be lived in half measures. This life is meant to be lived in its fullest glory, emotions, and expressions. And perhaps I'm trying to do that in the best of my ability. But here's a catch. The catch is the path isn't going to be free. The world is not going to bend easily. So, what you would have to do for the things you wanted to do is untick certain stereotypical boxes out of your life. Are we ready to do that? I was. And let me share my favorite few. Like the first tick box is society's approval stamp. So they would come to me and tell me, if you're not fitting yourself in a neat little box, you're confused. Are tum poet ho ya HR? Pata hi nahi chalta hai. And I tell them, I'm like a thali in a wedding. Why settle for this one sabzi when I can actually have paneer and tikka and masala and chicken and pani puri all at the same time? Tick box number 2, the fear of judgment. What if I fail? What will people say? Who people? Kaun se log? The same people who watch TV serials in which a woman has died 7 times, has had 7 rebirths, has returned with 3 husbands, and now is taking a revenge. Come on, we will fare better. मतलब एक टीवी सीरियल में एक औरत 7 बार मर करके वापस आ सकती है, पर मैं अपनी इकलौती जिंदगी में एक से ज्यादा करियर जगल भी नहीं कर सकती. क्या बात है. Stereotypical box number 3, the seriousness myth. They tell me, ये passion वगैरह तो ठीक है, passion is great, but what about career stability? And I tell them, the career stability in my life is like an Indian road trip. I have dreams full on, full gear, but there are so many potholes of doubts and hesitations, and there is a U-turn. And suddenly, when I think I have completely lost my way, is when I find pasture to an enormously beautiful little destination, which was not even in my plan. Stereotypical box number 4, the realistic trap. अच्छा ये सब तो ठीक है, but is it even practical? Practical. As if we are practical every day in our life. We decide to watch one episode of that OTT serial and end up binge watching the entire season in one night. So basically, after unticking the 4 boxes, I have known that life will teach you things in a very different way, in a very funny way. It will throw obstacles, it will give you distractions, and it will give you 100 voices that tell you, you can't do it. But here's the thing. Those 100 voices don't know your story. You know it. Had I listened to these stories, I would have silenced the poet for the professional. Had I listened to these stories, I would have traded stories for strategies. Had I listened to these voices, I would have given up on the dreams for reality. Had I listened to these voices, I wouldn't have found success, which somewhere lies in the spaces between. Had I listened to these stories, I would not have been that stupid little girl sitting on the floor and watching Javed Sahab and Gulzar Sahab up on the stage and yearning, would I ever be able to get a chance to meet them? And the day I did get a chance, it wasn't just to meet, but it was in an exclusive conversation with them up on the stage for more than an hour. And I got blessings from them. That is what dreams are made up of. So, where I stand today, and before I leave you, I have just 4 quick things to share. Things that people will tell you are very uncool, but in my opinion, it is the coolest thing you will ever hear. Never let your colors fade just because somebody else is shining brighter than you. Remember, it's a vast sky. There is space for everybody here. There's the sun that dazzles and the moon that shimmers. And then there are people like us looking for private, smaller, umpteen number of constellations, weaving our stories across the night. Find your story. Who are you? And you'll find your place. And just in case they tell you that you're not able to fit in, tell them, stars don't compete. Stars just shine. That's the job. The uncool theory number 2 is, if it's not now, it's never. Remember, dreams don't come with a pause button. And life won't wait for you. If you think that someday I will write this story, someday I will make a film, someday I will act, and someday I will chase my dream, this someday is a thief that is stealing away all your dreams from you, leaving you wait for that one perfect moment, when that perfect moment is now. So do it now. Number 3 is, always be grateful and humble. You know, one day all of you will be at the top, and trust me, you will. In your own domains, in your own beautiful way, you will be at the top. And when you're on the top of the world, enjoying the glory of your achievement, just at that moment, the world will turn against you. Because yahi kudrat hai. The ones who hold their ground with humility and gratitude, they stay there. Because they haven't learned to stay there on the top, but they have learned to grow while they are on the top. So be that humble person. And last, not the least, dream. Sounds a cliche, but dream. Dream if it is inconvenient. Dream if it is out of reach. Dream because you know what is scarier than not having made it? Not even having tried. And this comes from a middle-aged woman. Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest regret that you will ever carry on your shoulder is the regret of regret. So instead of carrying the baggage of regret, carry the weight of your dreams. It's more beautiful. Now, when I go around, so I juggle a lot of things together and don't get enough time to go to weddings and parties. But whenever I do, I still find uncles and aunties hovering around me and serving me plate full of advices like pani puris. Spicy, tangy, nice, overloaded, beckoning. And they tell me, beta, अब तो सारे शौक पूरे कर लिए, 3-4 TEDx भी हो गए, अब क्या नए शौक पाल रहे हो, उम्र देखो, slow down, slow down. I do exactly what I used to do many years ago. I look at them, I smile, I nod, and I reach out for another katori of kheer. Because if I am to digest their unsolicited advices, I might as well do it once with some sweetness added to it, right? Thank you. Thank you so much.